Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to another RSG. I can't even talk all of a sudden. Jesus. Welcome back to another RSG lunch stream. Oh, it's been a long 24 hours. I can't even talk.
I blame Finn.
Yeah, I blame Finn for a lot of things. But welcome to our lunch stream. This is where we hang out for you good folks for the next hour and a half. We'll answer your questions. We'll do a roster review. We'll do some gameplay. That's what we do here. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad to have you here. Whether you're wherever you are, whether you're watching us live as you eat your delicious lunch, or listening to us later on YouTube. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. That being said, give us a thumbs up on the video, like we always say. Subscribe, check out our Patreon if you'd like to support the channel, and we will get to the ACS stuff here at the end of the stream because we got the big stream coming up on Saturday. If you have questions, go ahead and pop those in the chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, and we will scoop those up. Actually, I will be doing that because Finn sucks again. Finn, I'm tired of pulling all this triple duty, man.
You said duty.
D-U-T-Y. Duty.
Triple duty.
Are you done? Are you done?
Alright.
Sure.
I think I'm okay.
I just want to make sure before I rip your throat off.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. So that's Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, who will not be scooping up your question or monitoring chat because he has to leave early, which I just realized. So I will be scooping up your questions and monitoring chat at the same time doing everything else. That's just what I do. Also joining us is Grim the Mechanic.
Wasabi.
Wasabi to you. We have the Stoner Jedi here with us.
I'm not a mechanic.
No, you are not. And last but not least, we have the lovely Dana Descent.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Dana. How are you doing?
Yeah. I'm all right. All right.
Mm-hmm. I see you're on your best behavior now that I'm back.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are. You and Finn are going to be up.
Oh,
no, Dana, I'm going to give you one free pass to give you a warning. I don't want to have you and Finn hanging from a tree upside down like the Predator movies after what I do to you. So let's not go there, Dana. I give you one free pass. That's all.
Oh, come on now.
No.
I have as many free passes as I'd like.
No, not with that. You can. I don't care if you kick me in the balls. I'll take that over the pork wrap. Like, that's better than that. Trust me. Oh, good Lord. All right. So here we are. I'm exhausted. I did so much streaming yesterday. I even did the late stream with Revan and GOM on the Alliance last night. A lot of different stuff going on yesterday. So we had the Revan Event yesterday. I think I got him. Zyla, you got him as well, right?
Yeah, I just did it like an hour ago, and I don't know if you heard it or not, but like I gave my Grandmaster Yoda's 6E mods to HK, and then I put the Zeta on the self protocol. It gives like the 25% more damage if they're feared or death marked, right? And in the final tier, I hit Joel Lee for like 27 or 274k.
Yeah.
He's so awesome, man.
So let's talk about the event now. Dana, I know you didn't get him. You're not getting Darth Revan.
No.
Finn is maybe going to get him, and Grim.
No, I'm not.
No. Okay.
I'm not getting him, Ranger.
You're not going to get him. Okay.
No, I'm not gonna push for Okay, so everything so far, and we'll talk about this here, right?
That's what I'm going to bring.
It's that very. I'm not gonna bother.
Well, let's talk about the event.
I'm still gonna farm everything, but I'm not gonna.
Sure.
I'm probably not gonna pay money in order to get like.
So let's talk about the event itself. I love the event. I think it was really good. Tier 5 was a nightmare and made me cuss extraordinarily a lot. But I do that anyway. I had to say the design and the story and the lore and everything they did was really good. I think we can all agree on that. Zyla, you agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Totally.
The character backgrounds and story arc, it was really cool.
I think they did a real good job with those lore bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
The characters, that was
very
Calo
well designed.
Nord.
Yes.
Oh man,
that was
I hope we
really
get Calo
cool.
Nord.
Yeah, I was very much impressed with how the event was. That being said, Darth Revan is exceptionally underwhelming. I can't put it any other way. I have been up all night talking with folks, and um, it is really this could become a disaster. This could be the dumpster fire of dumpster fire if this is the way it plays out. We're still playing with him. We're still working with him, but it's really bad. There are videos out there, bounty hunters owning his ass. I'm talking top of the line, mods, fastest speeds, fastest everything, mono e mono, best versus best. Bounty hunters destroy him. CLS absolutely destroys him. Jedi Knight Revan destroys him. He is absolutely garbage on defense. There is nothing you can do because there's even with their top speeds, even if they do go for it's pretty bad. And the problem is, especially Jedi Knight Revan, you can now. Here's the thing: on offense, he can beat stuff, but even then, Jedi Knight Revan teams are still kicking the crap out of him. So, for the amount of time, energy, money, and all the crap that they pull, especially with this gear stuff for 8 and 9, we're thinking he's going to be OP. It's still early to tell. The problem is he's not. And the other problem is the characters that go along with him. HK and Bastila are fantastic, and they're really good. Sith Marauder and Sith Assassin and Sith Trooper are basically worthless. They do nothing for the team. They're garbage with this team. Mainly because they just can't do, there's just nothing they can do. And I've been watching all kinds of videos and data that people have been sending me, and it's really, really bad. So initial impressions of Darth Revan are that it's bad. It's not good. I've been reading Reddit. I've been reading the forums from the video footage I've been sent, and the results. It's not looking good. And CG better pull their head out of their ass if this character is awful. It's going to be you thought Grievous was bad? Wait till you get this crap. Because not only will people quit the game, they're going to take their money with them, and they're going to demand their money back. Because a lot of people invested a lot of money, crystals, and other stuff, and, that's the thing. It's the one thing, Jedi Knight Revan's not the thing that concerns me, because, if you can beat him on offense, great. He's going to drop like a rock, but all the other teams that just kick his ass, it's not even funny. It's not even close. They're awful on defense. And don't tell me about Darth Malik or any other characters. They're not in the game now. We don't know when they're coming in the game. So, for now, my initial assessment is Jedi Knight Revan's going to be the meta for a while. Because on offense, Jedi Knight Revan just absolutely destroys Darth Revan. At high end, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it from everything I'm seeing so far. And this makes me ask the question, Finn, do they test this stuff? Do they really test this stuff?
No, they don't.
Because there's no way that this should be happening.
Why?
Like I was saying, I bet you anything, I was talking with people the other night. It seems that the Darth Revan lead, while, yeah, it's good, it's not as good as people overhyped it to be. And his real place is not in the leader slot.
I don't know.
His place is like under a Sith lead, either Traya or EP maybe.
I just feel like that's too consuming though to the other teams, right? I mean, like you want the Sith Empire team.
Right now, the Sith Empire consists of 6 characters. You don't have very much maneuverability with compositions for him yet. So
yeah.
I think people are okay. So
it's still early. I'm just saying these are the initial assessments. These are just initial assessments.
And I'm going to look at it differently. And from what I'm seeing, I don't think Darth Revan is that bad. Now, here is the context in which I'm looking at it. Our first journey character was CLS, right? Do you remember how OP he was when CLS first came out and how just
Mhm.
ridiculously dominating he was?
He
Then
he
Jedi
still
Training
is.
Rey
It's
came out.
delicious.
Do you remember how like Jedi Training Rey did not really dominate all that much? She was easily countered by Night Sisters, right? Her main focus really didn't come in until the heroic Sith raid, where she started to dominate in phase 1 and became mandatory. But before that, people were using her in arena, but she was not not nearly as dominant as CLS, right? Can we agree that whether or not you like Jedi Training Rey or not,
Oh no,
she was
these are
not nearly
facts. You
as
can go back
dominating
and
as
look at the
CLS,
meta.
right?
Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what's happening is that Jedi Knight Revan, which we all agree was like the definition of power creep.
Oh my
His
god.
kit was ridiculous. And he involved so much that there is no way that CG could ever replicate somebody to that level of power creep and still make this game not on the verge of just like exploding with overpoweredness. Right? So you come out with the second character released in this kind of cadence, which is a legendary type release, right, with only 5 characters, but it's like 7-star unlock and stuff. So it's kind of a mix between a legendary and a journey. It's the heroic journey thing, and this is kind of its own form. But this is only the second character released in this format. Now, what has the community largely been complaining about? The fact that Jedi Knight Revan versus Jedi Knight Revan is just boring. It's a mirror match, right? There's sometimes RNG associated with it, and a lot of times if you don't have Jedi Knight Revan, there's a lot of people that can't beat Jedi Knight Revan, right? Even if you use your Traya lead, or if you use like the Maul Enfys team, or if you use like the Finn team with 3PO and all that, right? Mods still becomes a huge component of this, right? Without mods, you're not going to really be able to beat those Revan teams. Now, that isn't to say that there weren't counters to Jedi Knight Revan, but the ones were still favoring those with mods and the ones that didn't have Jedi Knight Revan versus those that didn't have Jedi Knight Revan and didn't have mods. Like, they got completely screwed. There was no way for them to move up in arena. So one of the biggest things people were asking for was a way to counter Jedi Knight Revan, right? We've been asking for a hard counter to Jedi Knight Revan. That is what Darth Revan is. And now the complaint seems to be that he's not OP enough. When before, the complaint was that Jedi Knight Revan was way too OP. So from what I'm seeing, right, and the only reason I'm not going to be working on Darth Revan is, one, I have Jedi Knight Revan, so I know I have a counter. Plus, as we did my Grand Arena, I have my Traya team, and my Traya team is modded that I can counter Revan. So I know I have another Jedi Knight Revan counter. But as we look at it now, right, Darth Revan is serving exactly what the community wanted. He is a hard counter to Jedi Knight Revan.
I disagree, Finn.
How can you say he's not a hard counter to Jedi Knight Revan?
He's not a hard counter in the sense that...
He kills them in like a minute.
He can kill them in a minute. Problem is, most of the top teams, and I'm saying... But Jedi Knight Revan is going to go first, and they're getting slaughtered, Finn.
Yeah, I'm not talking about defense. I'm
talking about even on offense, they're getting slaughtered. I'm not just pulling this out of... I've got lots of videos, and go read the forums. People are posting the results of this stuff. I just didn't pull that out of the air. You know, I mean...
I think a lot of it is down to whether you've committed the mods.
Yeah.
I haven't committed the mods from my Jedi Knight Revan over to my Darth Revan. So my Darth Revan's got 84 speed. It's not huge. But... oh my God, does it destroy JKRs given the right circumstances or whatever?
But see,
my God, it does.
It can, but the problem is that there's too many scenarios where on defense, Jedi Knight Revan, because he is going to go first if he's higher modded, is going to go first. And if
there's only one team that effectively holds on defense at the moment, which is Jedi Knight Revan.
Yeah.
90% of the meta, and even that doesn't hold great. I go from first to mid-20s every day. I've got one of, if not the fastest Revan on my shard. Everyone knows how to beat it. And effectively, you've got to just give away 5 minutes of your life, hoping that RNG is going to be kind enough to you to give you the win. Darth Revan cuts that to 2.5 minutes. You know pretty much as soon as the battle starts whether you've won or not. which is a nice position to be in. So if you need to climb quick, you've got that option now. And I tell you what, Darth Revan against the Traya Triumvirate, oh wow. He absolutely wrecks Traya.
Well, yeah, I'm not worried about that, but you know, Vincil was
Mike, what team are you using?
Currently, I've been sitting around 20th, but I've not been a dick because I've got a lot of people ahead of me in payouts. I tried Sith Empire. It was okay, but I've switched out. So I'm running Kevin, Scion, Nihilus, Bastilla, and HK. Oh, HK. Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah, this is awesome.
I've got one video out at the moment with HK just under 100k one shot in Revan and then an 80k one shot to Jolie. Oh my god.
What's the most you got him to hit for, Mike?
I think that's it at the moment. I've not really, unfortunately, it came out, I've been at work most of the time.
Oh, man. Oh.
So I need to play around more. And I am now seriously considering, if not switching my Jedi Knight Revan mods over, then maybe cherry picking other ones. So my Revan at the moment's running offense and potency. But as I say, it's only got 84 speed. So
I mean, this is getting us closer back to that rock paper scissors matchup. Now, the one thing that's missing,
what I would love.
Yeah, and we're almost back there. Now, what the Darth Revan team is missing is something that makes it hold a little bit better against Jedi Knight Revan on defense, right? Because if it can hold, then if we can get, and we've seen a bunch of different things can beat Darth Revan when it's on defense, right? So let's just say we go back to Jedi
Mike, mute your mic, man.
Oh, sorry.
But let's say we can go with Jedi Training Rey to beat Darth Revan, then we know that Jedi Knight Revan beats Jedi Training Rey, and then we get the rock paper scissors back almost instantly. So we might be missing like one piece to help with defense, but I don't think Darth Revan is all that bad for the purpose in which he is serving, which is a counter to Jedi Knight Revan on offense. He's not holding on defense, so I'm not putting any aspersions. I'm not saying that he is a good defensive team whatsoever, but he is a counter to Jedi Knight Revan on offense, and he makes it so that you can beat him with other squads, which gets you one step closer back to the rock paper scissors rather than the 90% Jedi Knight Revan.
Well, what was the main complaint about Jedi Knight Revan? For people
are boring.
Revan.
90% of the meta.
Here is their solution to this. You now have a team that will. Yes, there is RNG. Sometimes Jedi Knight Revan may not target Darth Revan, but it can still beat Jedi Knight Revan rather easily, and not take that 4.5 minutes that a mirror match would. And the same teams that are beating Darth Revan are teams that could beat Jedi Knight Revan and fall on defense, which is why nobody left them.
What are you talking about, Graham? You mean bounty hunters?
The bounty hunter team could beat Jedi Knight Revan. I've watched Van Seal do it.
Van Seal is an outlier. Let's leave Van Seal out of this for a second. Because that dude's bounty hunters are the sick. I mean, Van Seal, your normal player is not going to have that on bounty hunters.
Like, thanks to Fallen Bastila, I have no problem beating Jedi Knight Revan teams with my Traya team now. It's like I don't even have to think about it anymore.
Someone's put up a video already, haven't they, of Imperial troopers taking out Darth Revan?
Yeah, it's too easy.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's fantastic. Because
I disagree 1,000%. There's a difference between.
If we throw open arena, we invite us to use more squads. I remember doing a climb where I used 5 different squads on my climb to get to payout. Could you do that now? No. You'll use one squad, you may change one toon in that squad, but all you're running is 4 core Jedis, and that's all you've been running since September. And I think the game needs freshening up on that.
As I said, this is going to turn out to be a dumpster fire if this does not turn out to be, one, because he's a journey character. Two, they've never addressed Jedi Knight Revan and how OP ridiculous he is. Three, if normal mid-tier teams are taking him out, then, I mean, sorry. You don't ask players to go through the headache, the farming, the money, the thing that they had to go through to get Darth Revan plus this new gear tier and say, he's okay. I mean, he can win on offense, but don't leave him on defense. What the hell kind of,
Yeah, but we've seen where this is going to come into play.
Where,
It's gonna
Finn?
be in Territory Wars and Grand Arena.
Okay.
Also,
Now,
yeah,
you put
like-
Revans on defense. If you
Well, yeah.
have Darth Revan, then you have the instant counter to it.
It's not
and
an
you don't
instant
want to have
counter.
this-
Quit saying that. It is not an instant counter.
If
Finn,
you mod it, then you know how to beat it.
I'm telling you,
everyone
it's
has-
not an instant counter. It's not. It is not an instant
And
counter.
I think it's a look at strategy because people that have, and Mike just said it himself, he has a low modded.
It can beat it, but it's not an instant counter. Is it a counter? Yes, it can beat it. It's not an instant counter.
Well, am I right in I thought that initially we all kind of, when Jedi Knight Revan came into the game, we all kind of modded him for a fence and we were putting him around the mid 250s range. And we were having problems. It was only when we identified, oh no, quickest Revan wins. So everyone went on the speed chase. And that's where we've remained ever since.
But I want
Well,
to.
that's another
We
thing
got.
too. It's like if you got all your best mods on Jedi Knight,
We
Revan,
still need
how do
some
you
more
expect to have
testing.
your best mods on Darth Revan, right?
Yeah.
That was the
It's
thing.
like-
I've seen the videos where people don't have their best mods on Darth Revan and can beat very
Yeah.
easily within
Oh,
a
yeah.
minute Jedi Knight Revan.
I've seen tons of.
So people are
opposite-
losing with it. Then they just need practice with it. I'm not saying that it's the easiest team to utilize.
It's
You can
not-
use Night Sisters to beat Jedi.
We
Knight,
don't
but you
have
still
enough
lose with it.
information.
No,
One
we've
way or
only
the
had
other.
one day with him.
We
Yeah,
need
the
to see
character
how it
hasn't
plays
even been
out.
here for
All
24
I'm
hours,
saying
right?
is what I'm seeing so far has
Yeah.
not been positive. But let's give
I
it some
think
time.
once we've had a week's worth of
Yeah.
playing around and really formulating an opinion, then it will come into play. But I personally, anything that allows me to not run 5 Jedis in arena is more than welcome at the moment.
And we've been spoiled by the power creep of Jedi Knight Revan.
Well,
that's
but-
primarily what this is. We all expected Darth Revan to be as OP as Jedi Knight Revan because he still carries that Revan name. We saw what happened with the light side. People in general, right, have been screaming for more dominance on the dark side, right? We had Traya for a while, and Traya did last for quite a while, but she was a raid character, so not nearly as accessible as Jedi Knight Revan. And now we get this character, which is a dark side character, and it's underwhelming compared to Jedi Knight Revan. So part of it does come back to power creep and the way that they've released it. But where you're going to see the impact is Territory Wars, because you can now put Revan on defense, and you can put Traya on defense if you have Darth Revan, because you can save your Darth Revan in order to beat Jedi Knight Revan, and now you can put your Traya as well, and now you have to figure out how you're going to counter Traya, because Traya is still a dominant team on defense. So other
But the
places-
Traya team is.
Well, do we really want Darth Revan to be as powerful or more powerful than Jedi Knight Revan? Do we really want to take the game?
I think they should be honest.
The KOTOR fans will say
It's
yes.
not. It's not that. It's not that. It should be on the same level. But the problem is CG is made. That's a whole different thing about CG balancing PvP. But to have a character, as I said, that it takes this much investment, this much time, and this much energy, it's got to be pretty freaking good, and it's okay right now. So like I said, there's still more information we got to look at. It's a long way to go. I remember when Jedi Knight Revan came out, people said the same things about him. I'm just saying from my initial data that I've seen, the initial videos I've seen, when I'm reading on the forums and Reddit. And I'm not just taking everybody's. Some people I'm like, unless you give me the specifics of what was the speeds, things of that nature, I discontinue. You lost, but why? But I'm seeing a lot of negative stuff on it. So we got to see what's going on. But if Darth Revan is not good, guys, enjoy Jedi Knight Revan for a long time, and so PvP is going to die. You know,
See, my concern is we haven't completed the Revan journey yet. We've had Jedi Knight Revan, whose 90% meta is just ridiculous. Darth Revan's just arrived, but I believe the two are going to morph into a Revan at the end. So
Well,
we've
also-
still got the OP tune to come.
well,
which
that'll
is-
be a year from
Which
now.
is as scary as anything, isn't
Well,
it?
yeah, but it's a year from now. Will the game survive that?
Yeah.
Because people are
Could be
leaving the
6
game.
months.
Let's just be
be
real,
6
people.
months.
People are leaving the game. We're losing viewers. We're losing. People are quitting over this. People have messaged me. I'm
The
done.
same thing
Not over
happens
Darth
every time.
Hey,
a new
come on.
I know,
People,
but
come on.
these are
Go
people
Go
that are
join
long
one of the
time.
brand new servers. Go join one of the.
I'm
new
sure there
servers
are new
that
people
shows
coming
That
in.
shows a new arena showing up every 2
Okay,
weeks.
I'm. But the thing is, we don't know everything about Darth Revan. I'm just saying.
To clarify,
the initial
Ranger, and I
stuff.
think you'll agree, they're not leaving over Darth Revan. They're leaving over the staleness of the game and the content, which is different.
Moss
I
Mike, you're so
haven't
disappointed in
remembered,
Ranger. For what reason? I'm just telling you what I'm seeing.
I know, but it has been constant. There hasn't been a surge as a result of Darth Revan. It's just what I want to clarify. Like,
Well, also remember back when Jedi Knight Revan came out, everybody was thinking Old Republic was going to be the key with him, not Grandmaster Yoda.
No, it was Grandmaster
Stuff
Yoda
like that,
and
you know?
Ezra, right? They had to
And then
figure it
people
out.
found out the Jedi was the best choice for him. That might be the same case with Darth Revan. People just haven't found the right comp for him yet.
Again, too, the comp you use in Arena versus the comp you use in GA and TW could be completely different.
Well, we're going to give it
That
some more
too.
time, and we'll
And
see
another
how
thing
it plays
too is
out.
like people only saved up so many Zeta mats, right? Like you got all the Zetas on Darth
A lot
Revan.
of
You have both the
Zetas.
Zetas on HK too. Both of HK Zetas I think are essential for that team. I mean, Bastila obviously the only tweak they really did was gave it plus 50% potency. So like that's not really like a must-have Zeta. That's definitely a filler. But man, both those HK Zetas are a must-have in my opinion.
I've only done the loyal to my maker or something.
Yeah,
I've done
that's
that
the I
one
did
so
too.
far.
See, I did the self-protocol one, but I was looking for damage, so that's why I did self-protocol. And I'm going to do both. I just only need 12 more mats again.
And on to the roster review.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, we
Let's
had
do
a
it.
roster
I just
to
looked at
review?
how we've been ranting about Darth Revan for 30 minutes.
Oh, it's a big deal. It's a big deal in the
Nice.
community.
Well, you see, that's good in itself, isn't it? It's introduced, and we're talking about something other than Revan.
Dude, I just
And
did the event
changing
like an hour
subject is
ago.
Revan.
I was like waiting, you know what I mean? I was just waiting and waiting.
You were waiting. You were.
Yeah, I was ready. I was ready. I was going to stream it, but guess what time I had to go to work yesterday? Just guess. Any time of the day.
Would it have been
Midnight.
6:15 last night? Oh,
Right when the event
whatever
launched, I was like,
the US
oh.
version of that is.
All right. So let's see.
Could have been worse.
Today,
You could have recorded it and then found that you hadn't recorded it, like someone I know.
No. Last time
Yeah.
I went to record the Jedi Revan event, it didn't record, and
Oh,
I'm not
no.
trusting that. I'm not
there you
trusting
go,
that.
Mike. He did it too.
Yeah. I did mine with Kevin. And I was going all about the lightning. I love his lightning move. The light bulb moment.
Yeah, the Force Storm. Yeah, it's so
All
awesome.
you Jedis, look up at the light bulb. Bing!
all right.
Oh,
Give me
dear.
a sec here.
It's all about the roster, man.
All right.
It's all
Today
about the
we are
roster.
doing. Had to pull it up. C4L3B87's profile, or Caleb's. He just wrote it differently. I see what you did there, Caleb. And they are in Degenerates of the First Order. Very nice. Not just the First Order, the Degenerates of the First Order.
Hey.
I think we would
like
fit it
that.
next.
Let's see. All right, so its current forms are Revan, of course, Range Trooper Holdo IG 2000. Where should I go next? A quick check of my arena mods I can get first. Yeah. And lastly, what teams for GATW should I do for defense? As well as where should I invest Zetas? I have to ready, but want to hold for a week or so. Arena for Revan, okay. I'm currently gearing First Order to gear 11. Okay, well, we'll just kind of look at that. I mean, I don't really see anything on your arena team is doing pretty damn well. If you want to look at his mods real quick, you can. So we can look at that, and then characters farming. Let's just kind of.
He's kind of a ways away from getting Darth Revan. I mean, Karth is 4-star, Candrius is 4-star, and Juhani is 4-star.
That's going to take a lot of farming.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately. So
I still think it's a worthwhile farm, personally.
Oh yeah, Sword of the Jedi reminds me. Guess what I got in the mail yesterday?
What?
The pickle.
Oh my god.
Oh, really?
Take over the roster review, Finn. I'm gonna go get the pickle and.
Well, you're controlling the screen.
Well, I'll go back to his character screen. You can talk about it, dumbass.
Oh my god. So whatever your
Jesus
are the only characters we're going to be able to see. But let's talk about his roster anyway.
Look, you mean you don't pull up the roster in a separate screen there, Finn?
Huh?
You don't pull up the roster on Google while he's doing it? You watch it?
I have it, but the people watching won't be able to see what I'm scrolling. It's going to be stuck on whatever Ranger has. Okay, so let's take a... You know what? Let's talk about his different teams and stuff. So he has the Jedi Knight Revan team, right? So he's solid there. Let's just go down the list here. We'll go to his bounty hunters. He has a solid bounty hunter squad. He has one extra, but that's fine. That gives him 6. He has a Zeta on Bosk. If you're putting bounty hunters on defense, you can consider the second Zeta on Bosk. If you're not using them on defense, then it's kind of up to you whether or not you want to put that one. It's a kind of a questionable Zeta for non-defensive purposes because you'll typically focus fire and get rid of somebody's protection. So that's always happening. Let's take a look at his droids just to see. Yeah, so he doesn't really have the Grievous team worked on. So we'll move past the droids. We'll talk about Empire. So the Empire, he has Thrawn, and then he has EP Vader. He has the Troopers. So he has Veer, Stark, Snow Trooper, no Range Trooper, but that's okay. Snow Trooper, Shore Trooper, and Death Trooper. So he has an Imperial Trooper squad, so he's good there. Plus he has Tarkin that he can use as a lead with some other Empire teams if he so needs to. Not something I would necessarily worry about immediately, so I wouldn't put that on your list for Grand Arena or Territory Wars yet, just kind of reviewing it right now. We'll take a look at Ewoks.
Tarkin could work on like in 3
All right, who wants to hear my pickle?
Oh God, I don't.
Good.
Yeah, stop clapping your pickle, Ranger.
Oh, dude, you need to go on camera and show the pickle yodeling.
It was everything I thought it would be.
You'll have to wait till Wednesday because I don't feel like messing with that right now.
Okay. That's awesome.
Ouchie, it's about a 4-inch pickle. So it's like one of those
asked you
classic.
how big your pickle was?
She did. She wanted to know how big
I mean,
the
it's a
pickle
grower,
was.
not a shower.
No, it's in fully, you know. Sing a pickle.
Oh my God, we got the... Oh my God.
Thank you to Sword of the Jedi for the yelling pickle.
I think Silverbolt has it. It's official. The pickle is a counter to Darth Revan.
Whoever said that.
Yeah.
It's true. If you want to,
I do not want any. No, I don't want any picture of me drawn with the pickle. Sorry.
Hey, whenever you're in a pickle, make sure you use Jedi Revan.
Oh, maybe that could be a challenge where Ranger will yodel with the pickle.
All right,
I
let's
can't yodel
continue with
like
the
that.
roster review
Jesus,
here.
are you kidding me? No.
His Ewoks, his Ewok team. He has the main Ewoks: Chirpa, Logray, Wicket, Papalu, Elder. They're all gear 11 except for Logray gear 10. That makes them quite viable on offense, and he has a Zeta on Chirpa. So that's a solid team that you have for offensive purposes. I wouldn't put Ewoks on defense. They're way too easily countered. So you wouldn't do that. We go to your first order. You have most of the gear done except for Masked Kylo, so the OG Kylo. Everyone else is gear 11. OG Kylo is 9.
Yeah, he mentioned that in this thing.
Yeah, so if you want to put that and then the Zetas on crew, that gets you to the next team. So this one would probably be one of your top teams, right? That you would want to consider for Territory Wars and Grand Arena. And what you'd be looking for is 2 Zetas on Kylo Ren Unmasked, 1 Zeta on First Order Stormtrooper. So we'll could go through your roster and figure out the rest of it. But First Order is...
Mask Kylo ship's pretty good as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Unmasked Kylo's ship, the TIE Silencer, is definitely good too.
No. I was going to say the shuttle.
You're talking about Masked Kylo.
The shuttle. Yeah. The shuttle's a great ship.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
I
you
think
bring it
it's
up
always
reinforcements and everything. It's a really good.
I have something to say about that pickle.
Oh no, we'll save the pickle commentary for later. We have to get through the roster. Night Sisters, you have a gear 10 zombie. I would work on gearing her up a little bit more, but you have gear 12 Asajj and Talzin. You have Talia Daka, so you have your 5 Night Sister teams. So you're set on Night Sister team as well. We'll look quickly at your Old Republic.
Which lead would you set for defense?
He has Asajj double Zeta, no Zeta on Talzin, so I would definitely go Asajj for him. So a little bit of an easier decision there for him. Otherwise, if you do have both, I like the Talzin better because you get more revives and stuff and more plagues going around. It tends to be a little bit more of a nuisance, but either one works fine on defense. Old Republic, you said you're working on getting Revan, right? But obviously there's a lot of gear and stuff that you want to work on, and potentially you can run a Karth, Canderous, Juhani, Mission Zalbar team.
Can I just say, Karth was the MVP of that event.
Mm-hmm.
The Zeta on Karth, oh my sweet baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Because
any healing of health and protection on a leader ability is they're like the best Zetas in the game.
Well, especially against that tier 5.
Karth is just one of the strongest new tunes, I think, in game. Yeah. I think Karth's great.
Mm-hmm. With Canderous too, that's
Canderous just constantly putting those DOTs up, healing the team.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, it's a nasty.
Or actually, I should say Duke Nukem constantly putting those DOTs up.
Well, you're not wrong.
Phoenix, you have gear 11 Hera and Ezra. You have a 9 Kanan, a 10 Chopper, and an 8 Zeb. So they are heavy investments, but you're not actually too far away from a Phoenix team potentially. Now, they might be kind of a sub-in offense team, not something you want to put on defense.
We're going to skip Phoenix for much later.
Yeah, First Order would still be a higher priority than Phoenix, but you're actually not too far from Phoenix. And I know Grande is a fan of the Phoenix, but once you have them geared and all Zeta'd up, right?
Yeah.
Rebels look pretty solid.
Gear 11 with the Zetas. Here's the deal. Kanan and Ezra, just the two by themselves, work really great on a Bastila Shan team. And
yeah, they do.
And so I feel like that's really great. And if you basically use their specials on each other, it still works. So, like for example, using Kanan's special on Ezra works really well. I will also tell you that you're going to be using their ships for a long time. I mean, if you look at it, they're going to milk this Old Republic for a long time. And the reason why they're going to milk Old Republic for a long time is because Disney doesn't really know what they're doing with Star Wars. So we've probably got, in 3 months we get, Malik. In 6 months we get a Malik capital ship. In 9 months maybe we get another Revan. So
we got the next movie coming out, Rhonda.
I understand they didn't do a whole lot for the last movie, right?
Well, because it was it's because it didn't.
I'm just telling you, they're going to be nervous, right? Here's the deal: is they own their IP if they keep on the Revan train. So I get it that we have another movie coming up, and I'm not saying we're not going to get some characters, I just feel like this is a continuing theme through 2019. I mean, especially as far as ships is concerned, we probably don't have another capital ship until we get Malik's capital ship in 6 months.
Or we might get the droid ships.
There's still a lot of ways they can go. Yeah, there's just too many routes that I mean, CG.
What I'm saying though is Phoenix, gearing up your Phoenix for ships is not a bad investment.
It's not, but it's later, and I mean, there's too many teams you need and stuff, and you get more bang for your buck. I agree, it's really good for Ghost and Phantom, but it's a huge investment with Corbantes. It's a huge investment, and there's just too many other good teams out there and pilots that's like, it's hard for me to say once.
I mean, look, if you were going to tell me First Order or Phoenix, I'd tell you First Order all the way.
Yeah.
Right? First Order all the way. First Order has more upward mobility than Phoenix. I mean, there is an active television show with First Order in it.
That's right. That's your favorite show, Grande.
It's not my favorite show, but I will
tell you,
it's your favorite show
of all time.
I'm very excited about that show. I know a lot of people haven't watched it yet, like 3/4 of the RSG people, and probably 9/10 of the people actually watching this stream or on this stream have not even seen a single freaking episode. You're missing out if you're not watching Star Wars Resistance cartoon. Ranger, have you even seen one episode?
You know, Grande, I'm not even going to talk to you because we've talked about the episodes. I'm done with you. All right, moving on to Rebels.
The answer is no.
The answer is I've seen plenty. I haven't been able to finish the first season because I haven't had time. Because I told you I've seen it through like episode 6, and I just hadn't had a chance to finish it up. And you're like, oh, okay, you can finish it up. You don't want to spoil.
Right now, where they're going with that series is freaking epic.
So I will watch it. I will complete it.
Thank you.
Damn it, Grande.
Okay.
I mean, you know what? I'm sick of you, Grande.
You should watch them. You should watch them. You should watch them. You should watch them and stream your comments.
Stop it, Pickle. Turn off. No, it's not stopping.
I'm gonna make you sample that one, record it, send it to me, and I'm gonna do like some.
You have to be very careful.
Gamers dubstep remix of the Yoling Pickle.
Oh my gosh!
You got to
put it in the Ranger. If it won't be quiet, put it in the corner.
I did.
I think Ranger is now in possession of the ultimate porg counter.
Yeah, it's but it's very sensitive. Yeah, it's very sensitive.
See, I have the pickle counter.
You have a sensitive 4-inch pickle? Is that what we're coming down to, Ranger?
Yeah.
He is a very sensitive 4-inch pickle.
All
right, that's enough.
After the Phoenix, you look at your Rebels.
Rebels look great. He's fine.
Yep, Rebels, you're good. You have CLS Han, 3PO, Chewie, so you're solid there. If we go to your Resistance, you have a Zeta Finn, so you do have the potential of working on 2 different teams, right? Yeah. So you have Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, R2, which is kind of the trio that you need for one team. And then the other team that you need together is Finn, Poe, and Resistance Trooper. You can put Scavenger Ray on the Jedi Training Ray team because she does a lot of crits and whatnot, and she's a damage dealer, so she fits in well with that team. You can put Haldo on either team as kind of a tank in order to help that out. Rose is definitely going to go on Zeta Finn. So I would actually say Resistance might be, especially Haldo and Rose, would be 2 characters you might want to gear up. They don't have to be anything super special. You can take them up to like gear 9 and 10, and they're still going to be viable because Rose's main thing is to use her special in order to stun, and Haldo is just going to be there as kind of a meat shield. And so as long as they're reasonable, they're going to be gaining turn meter with the whole exposed thing and just feeding turn meter over and over again. And then you don't even have to worry necessarily about their gear because hopefully the other team is not even getting a turn. Your Jedi Training Ray is going to be Jedi Training Ray, BB-8, R2, Scavenger Ray, and then your 5th can be kind of whatever you have that can be put into that place. You can use an Old Ben, you can use a Hermit Yoda. I mean, if you want, you can use a Wampa. I mean, there's a lot of things you can put in that 5th spot with the Jedi Training Ray team. So it gives you flexibility with starting off with a 4-man team that allows you to kind of flex into the 5th position. Rogue One. They're not ready, so we don't have to worry about that. You have Chirrut and Baze at gear 11. That's more than enough. You can throw them on a Rebel team later on under like.
I mean, the next. I mean, really, it's Sith.
And then
His
Sith.
Sith look fine. They're gear 12, Zetas, all that good stuff. Basilisk 4-star, gear 8. You know, so it's just really about running out your roster.
The First Order is where he needs to focus, I think, with his.
Yeah,
Zetas.
that'll be a really good team for defense for you for territory wars, grand arena, things of that nature. You know, there's certain teams that are just really good on defense. I mean, you know, that's why I'm finishing up the Karth team because I can put that on defense, and then I can put the Kira team with, you know, all the solo characters on defense. I mean, these are characters that regenerate health and protection. First Order's the same. That you have to use really good teams against them. You can't go in there and slack off because if you screw up, though, well, not only will they get turn meter, but they don't die. And then you're just stuck in, like, what the hell do I do now? So, yeah, there's a lot of things here I like. I think you're on the right path. Do we look at his arena mods real quick?
No, I'm going to go to his mods now. I was looking at his characters first.
Okay.
So if we go
I
to
didn't
his
see his
mods
bounty
and we
hunter.
sort by speed, they're a little scattered. I can see that he has a lot of his arena at the top, but it is scattered a little bit. But I'm not all that concerned because he can get rank 1. So the payoff, again, we always look at what the payoff is for switching the mods, right? If you can lessen some of your mods on your arena team and boost up another team to help you with Grand Arena and Territory Wars, that's fine as long as you're able to max out whatever your rewards are in arena. And by the looks of it, you can get rank 1 in arena. So in terms of your mods, they're on characters that typically we would want to be fast. So it's not like they're on other characters. You have them, I see them on Thrawn, on Nihilus, on 3PO, on Grandmaster Yoda, on Poe. I mean, they're all on reasonable characters that we would want for speed. If you wanted to try and optimize and create your fastest speed set, you definitely could. I think you have the potential here to definitely increase the speed on your Jedi Knight Revan and those kind of things, but your Jedi Knight Revan's at 300. It's probably not going to be a big difference for you if you can get to rank 1 by making his speed, I don't know, like 310 maybe, just kind of eyeballing your mods. So, yeah, I mean, I'm okay with where his mods is, given that he is able to do what he needs to in arena.
All right. But I think you've got some really solid teams that you've gotten squared away. If you get your First Order, there's another great defensive team. Keep farming what you're farming. I really like your roster. You know, the good thing is you're getting top in arena. You get that crystal income coming in, so you can continue to over farm, get your characters done faster. It's a wonderful thing. I don't really have much. I mean, that's what he asked us for. Let me just make sure. I mean, he's farming range trooper. I'm fine with that. Doing the Dark Revan requirements. He's doing Holdo, IG2. I don't have anything. I mean, really, it's. Where could he go next? We kind of talked about that.
I think he should stay on target for what he's doing already.
Yeah, the teams that you've already got, you pretty much know them if you watch enough of us. Your First Order team is definitely one for defense. Bounty Hunters for defense. Eventually, when you get the old Republic tunes, Kira, that kind of stuff, you can use them on defense. Your offensive teams are going to be based off what you see from your opponent. So your Revan, you know, you base if they have a Revan. If they don't, you can put it on defense. Is kind of the way we play it. But you know, your Bounty Hunters, if you get your First Order up, you know, some of these other teams, you can definitely get squared away. But we got to get your First Order going first, because that's a really solid team to leave on defense. But overall, I think you've got the pieces. There's some things we got to work on, but you're already working on them. I'm already ahead of us looking at your roster, so I don't really have anything else. Anything else you want to add, Dr. Finn?
Yodelay, 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 mother.
That's not what the pickle says. All right. Anybody else? All right.
Nice roster.
Yeah, very nice roster. And now you're at that point where you're still farming, but we're starting to be able to do one. Farming and round off teams is a good spot to be in. All right. Dr. Finn, how does someone get a roster review?
Simple. Head on to the RSG Discord. The link is in the description. And message me, Finity, saying that you want a roster review. And make sure you send me your GG page. and I will message you within 24 hours that you are in the queue. If you do not get a message from me that you are in the queue, just feel free to message me again after 24 hours and make sure that I saw your message, as it is possible that I have missed it. And then I will put you in the queue. And queue, the wait right now is about a month. And as it gets closer, I will message you and tell you that your roster review is coming up, and I will schedule a specific date with you, and we will go through. You'll let me know everything you want me to review. I'll put that in here, and then we'll review it on your scheduled date. That's simple.
Science. All right. Let me flip back over. Let me get going. We are going to get into some questions. Wait, why is this not working? Oh, okay, there it is. Let's do some galactic battles. We'll use the Revan team. I mean, we got them. We might as well show them off, right? Get in there and go do something, Darth Revan. All right, let's see. Question. First one for Xylo. Why do you want games taken down? And what games do you want to take down? Excuse me. If you were a game, how would you be taken down and why?
Well, I mean, like at first, like when I made my YouTube channel, it was just Xylo Takedown SWGOH, right? And then, you know, I started playing other games and putting it on to the YouTube channel. But then, like, I realized like that's not what my viewers want to see, and like, so I'm obviously primarily focused on Galaxy of Heroes and like maybe down the road some more Star Wars games. But overall, it's just so that way, like in the future when the channel is, you know, have more viewers and subscribers and things like that nature, like, you know, I can kind of have a open door to like do Battlefront, or, you know, like I like to play, you know, sports games too as well, or whatever, you know, anything I can just sit back and stream and hang out and, you know, enjoy what my viewers like to enjoy. So, you know, I'm just feeling it out, testing waters, and, you know, maybe try some more games in the future. Just, yeah, I'm still a little guy, so still have a ways to go.
Grande's raising his hand.
I don't care. Do Jason, as Grande would say. Grande, what do you want? See, this is why you don't acknowledge him, Finn.
I think he put down his hand instead of unmuting.
I'm sorry.
That's
I'm just being silly. That's all.
See, this is why you don't acknowledge him, Finn. Trevor Christensen, question: do you think Zeta Bears might be the key to a meta Darth Revan team for defense?
No.
Max, no. No. No.
Now, if you were to say this is Mar, then that might work. Because that will add resurrection to the Darth Revan team.
Could. All right, next question. Makwa. What is the best way to gear HK-47? Xylo.
Like offense and crit chance.
Yeah.
You want him like pumping out a bunch of damage, and then like maybe like some potency secondary too. Like obviously you want speed on him, obviously, but I mean a little extra potency to like get his debuff spreading too as well. Like, yeah, Bastila and Revan as well need potency, but like I think HK would need a little more, just because their kits are kind of around like fear, and it kind of spread those buffs on them on their own, so you don't really need as much potency on them. But yeah, offense and crit chance.
Next question, Eric Estrella question: what would be the best way to mod the Darth Revan team, at least the trio? Well, we just talked about a lot of that. Anything you want to add? That's kind of answering the same question, Xylo.
I think if like everything transpires like the way it had with Jedi Knight Revan, right? Like I think what's gonna happen is Darth Revan's gonna get your Jedi Revan mods, Bastila Fallen's gonna get your Bastila mods, and then HK is gonna get your Hoda mods. Well, not Hoda, Grandmaster mods. So yeah. Potentially like GK's mods will go on Sith Trooper too as well, give him a lot of health and survivability.
Let's see. Josh Crandall question: now that I have a Zeta Karth and I also have a Zeta Vandor, along with planning to Zeta mission, what do you think the optimal lineup is for one Old Republic and one Scoundrel team? Well, Karth, Mission, Zalbar, Canderous, and Juhani is one team. And then that leaves you free up with the Kira, solo team that you can mix and match in with Nest in there
Yeah.
if you want to do
I like-
defense or offense. But if because you got L3 Vandor Chewie, young Han, young Lando. If you really want to, you can substitute Nest in there, and that's really two strong defensive teams that you can kick some ass with.
And then to note on the prepared characters, like until they kind of address young Han's dice throwing mechanics, right? I think young Han's best on offense. I mean, he's like one of those characters that can ramp up damage and be like your Hermio or your Wampa or your Nest. He can ramp up a lot of damage and has a lot of survivability on offense. And young Lando as the fifth on that prepared team definitely gives the team more survivability on defense because he can stealth the prepared characters. He can freely pass the prepared buff around the team on his own. And the hot hand buff too, or the hot hand special, does a lot of damage too on defense. The AI plays that pretty well, I'd say. So, yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Darth Sign 1972 question: does it seem to depend on the sense Jedi Knight Revan, General Grievous and Darth Revan were huge disappointments? Has CG cornered themselves with the power creep? Anyone see a nerf Darth Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Revan coming soon? TM. I think they have kind of backed themselves in a corner.
I mean, it's day one, right?
It is day one. I get. Listen, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing and being reported to in videos and stuff, guys. I love the kit. Unfortunately, it's one thing to be able to have fun playing the character and certain things, and then getting raffle stomped everywhere else. So it's still too early to tell. I do think though that the Jedi Knight Revan issue is a big one. Do you think? I mean, Dana, you have to speak up too, young lady. You can't just sit there and be all cute and crap. Do you think when they did Jedi Knight Revan and how just ridiculous he is that they really screwed themselves?
Yeah, I think a little bit. Because if we're looking at like the longevity of the game and they come out with this, I mean, what they're gonna have to continue to do things to top it or compare, and yeah, I feel like it was kind of like it shouldn't have come so soon.
Yeah, I don't know. Is Grande still there? I'm surprised he's not piping up on this issue. Or is he scared of the pickle? I think he's scared of the pickle. Xylo?
It worked. Thank you, Sword of the Jedi.
The pickle is a counter to Darth
Grande.
What
was the question? I'm sorry.
About Jedi Knight Revan, did CG screw themselves when they put that meta out?
I mean, I think they weren't expecting it to be as OP, right? You know what I mean? Like, they were like telling us to monitor offense and this, that, and the other, like Mike was saying earlier. And, now he's definitely like, he's going to be a hard character to influence or to counter, right? I mean, like, when we had the Trey of Fallen Bastila Thrawn team, it was, it was like a 80-90% counter, but not 100%. And I think Darth Revan's gonna kind of make that more of like a rock paper scissors, like we were talking about earlier. I mean, we need the mods, and being able to stretch your mods into this team and have that ripple effect to still have a really good Jedi Knight Revan team is what's the main thing right now. It's people are having a hard time taking their mods off of Jedi Knight Revan for Darth Revan because, it's what they've been doing for the last some months. But overall, I think in the next couple weeks, Darth Revan will kind of make his resurgence and, have the effect that we think he's going to have.
All right. Next question from us. My question: after Darth Revan Kit showed he would sacrifice defense for offense, why does it seem everyone is overly disappointed that he isn't a defensive powerhouse? Well, we had addressed that issue when we first saw that we were very hesitant. I think that's a bad mechanic. I really do. I mean, you make characters squishy to hit harder.
Fits the Sith, though.
I don't. It's not about fitting the Sith, man. It's about good game mechanics. You know what I'm saying? It's like, with General Grievous sacrificing and doing all the damage he does. That's what made that team so awful.
It kills the team with Grievous, right? Like he kills his own team in a sense, right? And with Jedi Knight Revan or Darth Revan, like we were talking about earlier, the fact that it sacrifices so much defense, it's hard to leave it on defense because it's so squishy in a sense, and it's missing that defensive aspect even with Sith Trooper right now.
Yeah, I mean, Sith Trooper is doing nothing for that team. He just sits there.
Yeah, and if you plug in another tank like Scion, for example, it's going to do the same thing because Revan can ignore everything. I mean, like you said earlier, if you lose HK, Fallen Bastila has to step up. If you lose Fallen Bastila, HK has to step up, and that's really hard right now.
I think people are not understanding what CG is doing right now.
I don't think CG understands what CG is doing.
They're trying to rebalance what they screwed up on with Jedi Knight Revan. They're trying to, like Finity was saying earlier, they're trying to reinstitute the rock, paper, scissors in Arena, not this one tune to rule them all like Jedi Knight Revan was. If they were to make Darth Revan on par with Jedi Knight Revan, it's just going to be the same thing again. Everybody's going to be, mirror matches suck,
That's not that's wrong. You're wrong, Graham, and here's why. Because if you have a team like Jedi Knight Revan, you have two options. Either you nerf Jedi Knight Revan. No, they're not going to do that. The other way you get over the power creep is that you introduce not just one, but two or three more teams that are on par with Jedi Knight Revan. I don't care what they are. Bounty hunters, pick a team, pick a faction to where you have a couple light side, couple dark side. Yeah, they're overpowered, but they're overpowered in an arena to where everybody can pick one of those teams and have fun with it. The other teams, again, we talked about this before, more balanced grand arena, territory wars, where it's not just, you have to use all your teams to be able to win. So it's important that you have these other teams that counter and stuff like that. There is a rock, paper, scissors aspect to the game in Grand Arena. But comparing the payout of what you get in Arena, that's the problem because it's so singularly focused. So the only way to come around that is either you nerf Jedi Knight Revan, or you introduce a couple teams that are on his level that can take him out, but can take each other out until you get that balance. Because you can't. The other teams in the past can. I mean, CLS can kill Jedi Knight Revan, but again, the problem is teams can kill not consistently, and they don't hold on defense. And that's the thing that the true counter is. Not only can I beat you on defense, but I have a pretty good shot of holding you against your team on defense and beat you on offense. That's kind of where the balance has to be. But why use a Darth Revan? Again, we still have to get more information. If I could possibly beat your Jedi Knight Revan, but I'm going to get skunked and dropped like a mother on defense. So
right. Well, compared to some of the past tense metas or the characters that we have in game now, right? Like Night Sisters can beat a Bastila team, but a Bastila is a hard counter for Night Sisters, right? So it's like it's one of those circles that we're trying to figure out how to tier these teams, right? And I mean, obviously the top three teams are going to be, between the two Revans and then the Triumvirate, and then at that point you can't split the Triumvirate up into your Sith Empire team. So that's where it's a catch-22,
I mean, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. The problem, the characters and the design of the characters and things of that nature are really good on CG's part, but I don't think they test this stuff out enough to where they really focus on counters and how does this work and stuff like that, because the balancing's off. When there's balancing off, then that tells me that the testing wasn't as thorough as it needed to be. And that's a big problem. And that's one of the reasons why people are so frustrated. But again, we'll see. We'll see how it works. We'll see how it plays out.
Real quick, too, I really hope they bring Calo Nord to the game.
Yeah, he was really
his
fun.
Mechanic in the event yesterday was so awesome.
Oh, my God, that was so
if
funny.
He had a similar kit, oh, man.
Caught
the ability for him to ramp
totally
up.
by surprise. I did not see that one coming. I was like, wait, why are my characters getting raffle stomped, punched in the face? Oh, man.
Yeah, we got to hear Van Seal swoon over Calo Nord last night.
Oh, my God. It was like,
it would be really cool if they did make him playable.
Oh, I agree. It would be a fun character to bring in. And I'd love to see some more bounty hunters and some other factions brought in, so we'll see how it goes. Sort of the Jedi question, do you think CG toned him down when they pushed the event back and just went too far and now he sucks? I don't know. I don't know what they did.
I think they found a game-breaking bug with them that they seriously had to fix, because that's usually the main reason they will push things back, is if they find something like, oh, there's an exploit
or the
with
event,
this, we can't have that. You know?
The event wasn't working correctly or wasn't loading, and there's could be a cadre of reasons. So, don't know. It's all right.
I mean, trust me, it's much better for them to push back an event rather than releasing a character that, like, there's a seriously bad exploitive bug with that character that causes them to have to roll back everyone.
Yeah.
That would really suck.
Let's see here. America Descent. Wait a minute. Dana, is that one of your... Wait a minute. Dana, is that you on an alternative account?
It is not.
Okay.
It is not.
Someone named America
I saw that question, and if you're not going to read it, I'm just going to say pork.
No, I didn't read the question, Dana.
All I got to say is I know exactly who that is, and I think it's awesome that he's watching.
All right, Tilo, man. I'm just gonna skip those questions from now on. I just didn't see it because the American Descent threw me off. I'm like, wait a minute, Dana, are you playing fiddly
No,
games with me?
I only have one. Actually, I have two. I think, or no, maybe that's Skype. I don't know, but they're all Dana Descent. I don't use a different name.
Okay.
So I used to use Kobayashi Maru.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Darth.
Hey, if American Descent asks a good question, let's read it. I mean, like a real good question. I think he's got some good questions in him. Right?
Well, they're not. I haven't got to those yet, Grande. Do you want to do the damn questions, or you want me to do it?
I don't even know how to turn on Nightbot, so I have no idea.
Then you don't get to do. You have no power. Let's see. Tilo Mad 92. Does Jedi or Darth Revan have a barded feature with new tunes coming to the game? Also, Darth Revan seems not to work as well with the Sith as a whole as a Jedi. Revan works with Jedi overall. Yeah, the Sith synergy sucks. But that has to do with his kit. I mean, it's
his leadership doesn't have Sith synergy. Try putting him under Traya or something and see how he works.
That's pretty.
I'm just saying, try it before you bash it.
I think if you clock him right, I think because I've seen speeds over 330. I've seen speeds over 330, and that's insane. First off, and if you can get the right mods on the characters, I think it's possible. It's just we don't know how to exactly mod these characters yet.
All right, can't touch this question. Ranger is wrong. DR can climb to 1 with ease, so he can't hold on defense. Whatever, he can auto a Jedi Knight Revan in a minute. It's what we needed. Well, I disagree with you. Can't touch this because you don't know you're right either. So we don't either of us.
Come on, man.
We're not right or we're not wrong. My only point was I'm just focusing on what is initially being reported, and I'm not just pulling this off of one's way. I'm just saying everything that's being sent to me and all the data I'm getting. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying what it is. If you have a problem with that, kiss my ass. So, because I'm not going to come in here and say everybody's wrong that says that he's good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what their initial reporting is. We'll wait and see. Question. Are there perhaps combinations or mod sets that haven't been tried to fully maximize the SE team? Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's more testing that'll have to be done on that from Model 73. There's a lot more we have to play around with and stuff with the Jedi Knight Revan team. Sith Lord 72. Wow, there's so many questions today. Ooh, prepare yourselves, team. Question. With the last two underwhelming rework of GG and now DR, do you think CG bottom line of refund could suffer? Why should I continue to spend money for crappy characters? It's a good question.
Well, I don't know about you guys. All right, for example, like
let's just say GG was a bomb.
The Grievous team. I just saw one of those in Grand Arena, and I had gotten my Ewoks up to par to where I wanted them, and the Ewoks are accounting for that. And then the problem is if they kill Elder, then that team goes down, right? So I used the Ewoks in Grand Arena against the Grievous team, and it was an average Grievous team, right? Like Gear 12 Grievous. Gear 11 Magna Guard and B2, and then Gear 10 Droidica and B1, both lower star levels, and they still gave me a hard time. And it's a hard team to go at. And if you have put some work into it, it's an interesting team. It counters a lot of teams. It's annoying on defense, and it takes a pretty good counter, a good solid counter out of your pocket on offense for the Grand Arena or Territory Wars. And it's an annoying team. So I mean, like, it's not like General Grievous was useless, right? I mean, I want to even put some work into them here soon myself. And with Revan, it's like, man, the Revan. I think everybody's. Remember when Jedi Knight Revan came around? Everybody was like, "Oh, it's not that good. It's not that good."
It's still too early,
Come back to me in a week. We'll see what happens.
Let's give it a week or two. Now, if the meta starts showing something different, then we'll have our answer, right? It'll be an indication of whether or not Darth Revan is viable or not. So,
well, and like General Grievous was in no means a bad rework. It took a really crappy character and made him better.
Yeah, it was much needed.
Considerably better.
Yeah, everybody wants it to be where you have to throw something on the top of the pile. Why can't you just throw something that's terrible and stick it in the middle of the pile?
Well, I'm noticing a lot of people are setting the bar really high for reworks. They're expecting everything to counter Jedi Knight Revan.
Well,
when they can't counter it, they suck.
Well,
it's like every time a new character comes out, it sucks.
Is actually a really good rework. IG-100, not so much, but it's still a good character.
I mean, I think it's better than it was, but it's not nearly as good as it should be. So I think it's middle of the road.
Well, it's like trooper or crew level.
Grim is making a great point. Is our idea of a good team that it can beat Jedi Knight Revan? Because here's the deal. Right now, as far as I know of, there's some variation of a Treya lead team that can do it. There is some variation of a CLS team that can do it. And there is some variation of a JTR team that can do it. And there are a few variations of Finn. But here's the thing. We picked a different leader, but all of those teams still have C-3PO, OG Han, and Chewbacca on the team.
Or like Han and Nest, yeah.
All we did was swap the leader. So effectively, there's three characters on a 5-man team. Pick the leader you want, and it could potentially beat it. So in my mind, those three teams are really variants of the same team.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, right? So you've really got three teams. And now you have a fourth team that can beat it sometimes out of Jedi Knight Revan on offense. A fourth team that doesn't recycle any characters. And with Grievous, you have a fifth team that can sometimes do it. And it doesn't recycle any characters. On offense, we now have a grand total of 5 teams that use unique characters that can beat Revan on offense. Jedi Knight Revan on offense. To me, that's the bar of a good rework. And right now, if they pass that bar, it's a good rework. Now, whenever you guys move the goalposts and you say now it has to hold on defense against Jedi Knight Revan, I think what you're asking for is for every new release to be overpowered. And I just don't think
and then you're creating a power creep. Yeah, exactly. You're asking for a power creep. You're asking for it, yeah.
You're asking for power creep. What you're asking for is you're asking CG to trivialize all the other characters besides those 25 that you've put. They have 170 some characters in the game, and you're asking them to trivialize all the other characters in the game except for these 25. I think that's irresponsible on their part for them to do it. So yeah, if the team can beat Revan on offense, it's a great team. Period. It's a great rework. Period.
Right. Well, and then on top of that, I mean, like, Grievous can beat Jedi Knight Revan. It's not 100%, but it can be done. And then on top of that, like, Grievous can beat, a bunch of other top tier teams that you'd want to, use for Grand Arena, like Bounty Hunters, EP team, potentially Night Sisters if they're modded right again. And,
agreed.
There's a lot of counter First Order, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of counters that they use for.
Exactly.
So.
I mean, this current meta that can be beat by stuff, even though it holds really well on defense, this is considerably better than, like, remember the days of the Darth Maul lead and the only thing that could beat it was a Rex? You know?
I mean, the whole reason
people found out about Plo Koon.
Yeah,
the whole reason R2D2 came out was to beat Darth Maul. I mean, everybody thinks it was everything else, but R2D2 effectively killed Darth Maul.
Yeah, the stealth, the burning, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, you plug him into JTRT even easier.
But all I'm saying though here is that we need to create a criteria for what is a good rework. My idea of a good rework is, can it beat the number one defensive team on offense? If the answer is yes, then it's a good rework. I mean, if we're going to say something is good or bad, we better have a freaking 5-point checklist on what makes something good or bad.
I tell you what my criteria is. Not only can it be good on offense, but it can have a pretty solid chance. It needs to be 50-50. I mean, this.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you. So that here's right now. Be prepared to be disappointed for the next 9 months, Ranger. Be prepared to be disappointed because they don't want to do a power creep defense team.
Yeah, basically
I'm not
these
talking
two teams
about
right
that,
now,
Grande.
what it seems like
I'm
is
talking
like,
about
cuts it in half.
all teams should be equal in the sense that if you can beat them on offense, they should have some of a chance to hold on defense. There's a huge discrepancy between a team being able to beat Jedi Knight Revan on offense and then getting raffle stomped by everything in its mom in the kitchen sink and dropping to 100 overnight. There's a huge difference in that. That's the problem with Grievous.
Here's one thing though. Remember, Ranger, when they screwed up on on Jedi Knight Revan to where they made it to where target Traya anymore, and how Traya teams suddenly started climbing up and kicking the crap out of Jedi Knight Revans.
It can. I'm not saying that teams on offense can't beat it. I mean, Christ's sake, CLS can kill a Jedi Knight Revan team. That's not the point. But the people that run CLS, there's like one in my shard that consistently uses it. But he has to climb like a mother to get back up. That's fine, but
that just comes down to like perfecting the mods and then setting it and forgetting it, right? Like I got Jedi Knight Revan the first time around, but then what did I do right after I got my Revan mods where I wanted?
Yeah, no team should be invincible. I'm not saying that any team needs to be invincible, but the balance has to be there between a lot of the teams, And there's going to be
again. Here's the thing:
it's not. I'm not, and that's not a big ask, Grande. That it's not a big ask.
Yeah, it is a big ask.
No, it's not, Grande.
Yes, it is.
Give me another game where PvP works that way.
Wait. Give you another game where here's the deal. The problem is regular Jedi Knight Revan is too overpowered when placed with the other, 75 or the other 18 choices on what Jedi you can put with him. That's the problem. Here's the problem. I'll tell you right now.
So then why should I buy? Why should I play this game? Why should I play this game? Why should I play this game if Jedi Knight Revan is going to continue to be this ridiculous?
And here's the thing. Revan is not really broken. Here's what's broken. 40% turn meter on basic and 100% chance to revive all allies. That's what's broken.
Well, on top of his savior.
That's what's broken.
Then you just put both the Zetas on HK. If you put both the Zetas on HK, they don't get bonus turn meter. Boom.
Here's the thing. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. You run a Revan team without GMY and without Jolie, and you tell me how long you stay up there. The problem is not Revan. The problem is Jolie and GMY.
It's a combination of both because Revan gives savior, so you just can't get rid of Jolie, and right off the bat, and then Jolie can revive as well.
Here's the thing, though. Without Jolie and without GMY, we would not even be talking about the Revan team.
Grande has a point there.
But it's a team, and the team works together. It's what it is. You can take apart some. Well, if it didn't have Jolie, it wouldn't work. It's not the point.
Look. Here's how dumb it is, right? The revived team in the game, the revived team, Night Sisters, does not have 100% chance to revive, and yet a Jedi has 2 chances for 100% revival. That's broke, man.
There's a lot of broke about it, but I'm saying there's only 2 ways to do it.
The challenge with it, the reason why it's broke, is 100% chance to revive. That's why it's broke. if it was an 80% chance, if it was a 90% chance,
It's not just that; it's the amount of tenacity. It's the way Grandmaster
we
Yoda
can
can
get past all of that, bro. We can get past all of that. We can get past all of that. The problem here is the 100. I mean, look, HK-47 can't revive himself 100% of the time. I mean,
All right. I want to get to more questions. We'll be debating
absolutely,
this.
we can get to some more questions, but I'm just saying we're setting the bar incredibly too high.
I'm not setting the bar high at all,
guys,
Grande.
Grande, you know that HK doesn't revive anymore either, right?
I know. Ever since he got reworked, he doesn't revive.
All right, so let's get to some more questions here. I lost where I was. Really? There's a lot of pork stuff in here. Phelan, question: how much pork could a pork? No, I'm not even reading that. What else? 73 question: based on the end of the Revan event, do you think there will be a raid that provides Malik shards as a reward? I don't know what they're going to do with Malik. We know he's coming. I don't know if it's going to be a raid, if it's going to be an event, legendary event. I don't know what they're going to do with that. I don't really see a raid because, man, 3 baddies in a row for the raid rewards. I think they need to mix it up. Give Finn his midriff Padme, please, someone. Jeez. Speedo Kills question: it was only a couple weeks ago that Plo Koon became a big deal. Well, I don't. Let's not call him a big deal. There's only one big deal around here.
Yeah, that was a girl.
Can we reserve judgment on Darth Revan for a while? Yeah, I can. I don't know whether the character's going to be good or bad. I'm just saying what I've said. So, I don't know. And anybody else that says they know, do not know. So, Kazakage, too easy question. Can I brighten up the mood? I had my son late Sunday night, and he should be in the new meta. Grande, you can train him to be a god of mods. Oh, Grande, you must train a new Padawan.
I'll train him. Absolutely.
Not to read, but mods. I'm
actually pretty good. I'm actually pretty good because the kids correct me every time I screw up.
Oh no.
So it's and then I'm like,
Oh my
the
god.
teacher becomes the pupil becomes the master.
Oh no, jeez, don't. Oh god. All right, Mark Hopper.
I'm like, you have to take. I'm like, you already
Stop.
to meet the great Sojourn.
That's
no, bacon.
Awful. Mark Hopper. Or Hooper. Question: is Jedi Revan really overpowered? Take away Grandmaster Yoda and Jolene, he's okay. Are we just not waiting to find the?
That's why I said.
But you can do that for anything.
An hour ago. We don't have all the pieces to Darth Revan's.
We don't.
Team.
We don't.
You know,
if
Sith Empire consists of 6 characters.
If Malik comes in with a unique that says no character killed is able to be revived, yeah, good. Bye bye JTR team or Jedi Knight Revan teams.
Yep. Sith Lord 72 question: is Lady Dasher somewhere doing a happy dance? Darth Revan sucks. If he does, she'll be happy. She say she won't be happy, but she'll be happy. She hates the dark side.
I don't know. I was kind of hoping for a Dark Lady of the Sith Adastra.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Helen, next question for Ranger. Pickle Rick just messaged me and asked me how much is the ransom for his cousin, Youngling Pickle. How should I respond? What do you mean? He came on his own cognizance and free will. I'm not holding him ransom.
Yeah, we should hear what the Youngling Pickle has to say for himself.
No, I'm saving that. No. Helen, next though, serious question: could the introduction of Darth Malik make a Darth Revan squad viable in Squad Arena, similar to how Return of the Jedi made BB-8 a more viable tune, but in reverse? It could, but again, it's going to be on how they treat Malik and what his kit is and stuff. So a character itself doesn't. It's the kit. So Chicken agrees with Helenix. Chicken question: is the pickle saying "Oh, RSG in the middle"? No, I wish it did. That would be fantastic. Well, if it threw an RSG in the middle of its Yoda, oh my god. What else? 73 question. Could it be that Darth Revan isn't nearly as good yet because his Amazon delivery of the Youngling Pickle has yet to arrive? That's a very valid point. Ouchie Dumpling. Question: can I come on the stream and start pushing my Kylo Ren button? I just saw that, Ouchie. So blame Finn for not seeing this sooner or saying anything. But you're always welcome, Ouchie. We love having you on. I don't know about the whole Why do you need to push your Darth Revan, or I mean, your Kylo Ren? I can do the voice. I got you covered, girl. All right, let's see here. Skywalker Vader Ranger mods for Nest. What?
Depends on where you're using her.
Yeah, I mean something like I go offense and speed. I think I did crit chance and speed. I made her fast, and then some people like tenacity and speed and some other things. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, if you're looking for doing the solo, you want tenacity and speed. If you're plan on using her with other teams, then you can do pretty much anything you want. But like the solo thing is, you don't want her getting dazed, otherwise she doesn't work. And sorry, my voice is going really bad this afternoon.
It's because it's time for you to go to work, young man.
Not yet.
Okay. Nick Merck question: can y'all rant about Darth Revan some more? I'm kind of happy he's not the new 90% meta. I think we've covered.
I'll just wait until tomorrow.
Yeah. RSG Vormax question: who's disappointed with Darth Revan / General Grievous? I hope he could become meta dominant once we get Darth Malak as marquee event like Jango event. Well, we'll see what happens. Question: is Mother Talzin Lee Zeta needed to use her as a leader? Yeah.
Her leadership, yes.
Yeah. If you're going to use her as leader, you have to have the Zeta for that. You actually need both. I mean, her plague, but under Plague Bearer gets really crazy under her leadership. But only against certain situations and certain teams. Don't forget about that. Kazakage too easy. Question: who do you think would be a good fit for Darth Revan team? I'm thinking Eth Koth would be. You know what? I'm not even continuing that. Eth Koth, get the hell out of here. Stop it. Oh, here come the trolley stuff. I know it. Tilo Mad 92 question: when looking at both kits for Jedi and Darth Revan, are they equal or similar in power, or does Jedi have the advantage, or is it the supporting cast that makes the difference? Jolie, I think it's a combination of the things. It's not like one thing is the be all end all thing. I think the kits are important and the supporting characters are important too. Jolie is very, very much a monster on that team. I think the three key cogs of the Jedi Knight Revan team is Jedi Knight Revan, Grandmaster Yoda, and Jolie. Those three really make your life miserable. But it's kind of like that on the Darth Revan team, but I think what the characters do is totally different, and I still get the edge of Jedi Knight Revan.
Well, real quick, too, I think what it really comes down to is, like what you said, can the core 3 Revan characters beat the core 3 of the new Sith Empire characters, basically?
Mm-hmm.
And I think HK's got that potential to gun those guys down. It's just the kill order.
Yeah, if they get a chance, if he gets a chance, because you could have it to where Grandmaster Yoda goes, oh! And then he's gone. Especially if you go after HK first, like. Matt Bailey question: what do you guys think are some of the best value characters to gear? For example, Mission and Big Z are pretty good characters. Are pretty inexpensive to gear. I like Mission and Zalbar. I like the Zetas on them. They're not really needed. I did the one on Mission because I just really like it. But I think the Karth team is really good. Ton of Korbantus. The solo team, the Kira Stall team, is really good, and it's not really gear.
That one, it's neither gear nor Zeta heavy.
No, it's really
I think the
a team that
one
you
to
can
gear is out of that is like L3.
Sure,
and she doesn't take very much.
It's not bad at all. It's a good solid team that you use. Those two stick out in my mind the most. Now every other team has at least one or two characters where you're like, oh my god, what is this?
Yeah,
like
all you really have to do for Kira is give her the Omega on her lead, and then gear up L3.
Like Snowtrooper, where you're like, oh, where'd all my stun guns go, or stun cuffs go?
Zombie 7469 Texas. Hey, he's around your neck of the woods, Grande. Question: if your opponent,
What up, Texas? Zombie Texas.
Question: if your opponent has gear 12 tunes, how can you be on gear with better? How can you be? Oh, how low can you be on gear with better, faster mods? At 11.
You can be one gear tier down with better mods.
Yeah, that's kind of the rule.
Yeah, if you go below 11, your team starts getting way too squishy.
Now, certain characters I would say
There are
you
exceptions
can
to
be
the rule,
lower at.
Yeah, there are exceptions to the rule. So like back Nest, you can use her at certain levels.
Zombie.
Zion, Zombie, Nihilus. There are
You
characters.
can't use undergeared troopers to beat Gear 12 Night Sisters. I'll tell you
No,
that right now.
you cannot.
No.
No.
Well, you can use Gear 11 troopers, but they better be G11 like 5.
Yeah.
Right. And you better have mods. You better beat them on the speed.
Typically,
game.
tanks have the most. Where they can be like gear 9 or 10, 5-star, and still be pretty valuable. That's been kind of thing that's happened before. But those are again, your heavy hitting tunes cannot.
Sometimes some characters with a great leader.
Oh yeah.
Right, like Rex.
Sure.
Or if you put them with a bunch of other good stuff, Kira lead with Nest and Hermit Yoda, you might be able to get by with a Gear 9 Kira if you have a G12 Nest and a G12 Hermit Yoda.
Well, you can get away with a low gear Nest on this.
There
are.
Yeah, there's lots of characters you can, but yeah, they're very particular, so just be careful. Nathaniel Morgan, Chicken had a question. Chicken, Shykin. Question: with all this from Dr. Evans, should we nerf Newt? Yeah, Newt needs another nerf.
Nerf. That's why they pushed him back. Was they had to nerf?
What did you say? Nathaniel Morgan. Question: has anyone tried to EP lead against Devin? I haven't seen EP lead. I've just seen Trey lead, so would like to know that myself. Sith Lord 72. Question: wouldn't the Revan controversy be a moot point if our crystal income wasn't dependent on arena? Yeah, that's a good point. It's so arena centric.
Yeah, that's true.
So let me see if there's any more. I think that's it.
Well, that's usually what I base most of my stuff off of is, what's going on in arena. Because if without arena, you don't have a crystal income you do have crystal income from other places, but the largest chunk is from arena.
Yeah. Gooey Guacamole. Question: can we talk about the restored hype in Sith Marauder? What restored hype in Sith Marauder? I'm farming him, but I ain't feeling the hype train.
Hey, I've been saying he's a good character since day one. Nobody listened.
They was right. He's okay. He's not great, but he does have his uses. So there's a lot of characters like that. Now there's just some characters, Mob Enforcer, that will never, until they rework them significantly, be like something you want to use. Yeah.
That's one where I'm not gonna say it's good.
So there's a lot of characters like that in the game. So, all right. So that is our stream for today. Covered a lot of ground. We did a roster review. We put up with Grande.
Yeah, I know. He skipped my question intentionally.
What's question? Did we skip questions?
They were just entered
mine
at the very end.
Oh, yeah. Make sure if you didn't have a question in front of it, it's not.
Revenator has one, and so does Dan.
When will
if you see it, shout it out.
When will Finity make an RSG commercial for 2? No, done. Dan B question: it was buried in all the news yesterday, but the Emperor shuttle went to shipments. What happened to the chase? I think the chase is still happening, but I think they wanted to do, for people that want to do it faster, they put that in there. So they kind of did that with the other ship, so the Ebon Hawk. So I think that's kind of what they're doing. All right. I think that covers everything. Yes, we're good. No, I don't want that. Let me put something on there in battle and put on auto. All right.
Yeah, you want me to read my question?
Yeah, where was your question? Oh, wait a minute. Why are you putting questions in there? And if it has porg in there, Grim,
I put it in when you said, "Oh my God, the troll questions are coming. I can feel it."
Oh, then
yeah,
I don't. Then I don't want. Yeah, I don't want to rehear it. No.
It was do you think that if they were to release their troll twins, that they may make Darth Revan better? And this was my last streams. See you guys later. No.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Greg.
I had to at least get one Eternal Twins question in there, dude.
No, if I didn't get any, I would.
Otherwise, I'd be slacking.
No, Grim, that's wrong. Let's see here. So make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, check out our Patreon. We love our Patreon supporters. If you'd like to support the channel and the content that we're creating, please go to our Patreon. Be more than glad to have any support we can. We love our Patreon supporters, and you guys keep us afloat. And then our ACS campaign. Remember, guys, we've got the big stream coming up this Saturday, 12 hours. We've got to get to that 15,000 mark, so we're going to do everything we can. So be ready. If you would like to donate ahead of time, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can look in there. Go to our Tiltify campaign. You can check it out. It's a great cause. American Cancer Society does a lot for cancer patients and research and things of that nature. So please check them out. I think that covers everything. So on behalf of myself, yes, Stan?
Someone is saying we skipped their question.
Who?
Alvin.
I have another question.
And I
Why
want
did-
to.
What?
His question is, please remind me, when would you speculate Return of the Jedi Luke will show? You talked about some link between his release in-game and the 9th Star Wars movie, if I remember right.
We were talking about if we would see Return of the Jedi Luke this year. I don't think we are.
I agree.
Remember, there's a 5-year plan. I think he's year 5 of that plan coming up next year. You never know. They could always change stuff and do something, but you know.
Why did Sith Marauder and Sith Assassin ship not get the Sith Empire tag for ships?
Because there isn't a Sith Empire ship tag yet.
There is. Go in game and look.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe
really?
they
Okay.
just
Well, I
missed.
said
Yeah,
correction.
maybe they missed it. There's probably something that'll come in the bug notes. Oh, we forgot to label this correctly. You know that happens. Minor oversight on their part. Any other questions?
They always treat ships like the red-headed stepchild.
Well,
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Science. All right, so that's our show for today. On behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping in. I am going to do some Battlefront today, so probably 5:30. I still have to go get my workout in, so that's priority. So I'm gonna do that, and then when I get back, I'll set up this stream and stuff. So we will have a Battlefront 2 stream tonight, and then we got PC Gaming Night. Did Finn say anything about what y'all guys were doing tonight?
Yeah, we're talking about doing some Borderlands 2 tonight.
All right, that means the Biff will be there. That means don't give her sugar. I'm just saying. Don't.
I don't think you can keep it away from her.
Don't listen. If you've never heard Sabiff, it's amazing. But when she gets sugar,
that
it's
lady's
really,
got more energy than the sun.
I mean, it is pretty damn crazy. And this person hit me, and I'm very pissed off. You know what? It's not even your time to climb. I have to teach this person a lesson in an arena. So, on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.
See ya.